who made it.
Hello and welcome to the Imperfect Tesla. Today I've got an item here from a company called TES Studios, and this is something that for those people that want to have driver information in front of them while they're driving, you want to see your speed, different things. This is for you. There are tons of driver screens, instrument clusters that are out there. I actually have one here right now, but what I have in front of me here, this is one from TES Studios, and this is their 10.88 inch screen that goes in front of you, and it's very versatile. 10.8 screen, that's almost 11 inches, so it's a very, very wide screen. One of the big issues with a lot of these screens here is they block your airflow because the AC vent is right here, and when you put them in, it blocks your airflow. I've got this one here that's got a little tiny slit here for the airflow, but even with that, I still don't get a good airflow in here. But this one that I have here from TES Studios, it's supposed to handle that better. That's because it's got a bigger vent down here that you can actually adjust up, down, left, right. So again, 10.88, it's pretty wide. It's not so high, so it's not blocking your view, but you got a good amount of real estate that's seen here. It's got your holes to get your air from the AC, and again, that comes out to you here. This will do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It will show you your speed, your gears, tire pressure. The Model S, Model X have that instrument cluster. Model 3 and Model Y do not have it. And especially if you're coming from a gas car that has instrument cluster to Model 3 or Model Y, there's nothing. It could be a bit of an adjustment. This here solves that problem and gets you that view without you have to worry about that. So this is going to be for your Model 3 Highland or your Model Y Juniper. They do have other options for the previous models of Model 3 or Model Y, so if you're interested, you can definitely check them out. But I'm going to be going through this. I'm going to go through how to install this, do a review, and see how well it works and everything. I'll also have links and discount codes in the description. So again, this is from TES Studios. If you use the code TIT offer, you still get a good chunk of discount that you will get off of your products. And so let's go through what you have in here, what this does. Of course, you've got the screen itself. There are 3 cables that come out from it. It's the black, red, and yellow. The black and the red are what you're going to be using primarily. If you go for the option that's for the front camera, that'll be the yellow. The one that I have in here does have a front camera, which I can show you what that looks like. It has a front camera option, and so that's the front camera piece that you will route basically from here, route it and mount it to your bumper. But this being a Model Y Juniper, it comes with the front camera already, so I won't be needing this. But if you have the Highland before the cameras were introduced and the other previous models, you have the option for the cameras. You've got your cable. This is going to plug into the data port that's on the passenger side of the car. So you plug that in there for both the power and the data, and then we're going to route that cable through the dash here to get that. So you've got that, you've got a pry tool and everything, and they also include electrical tape, and that's going to help you for when you need to run that wire through to that side. And as part of that, you've got this it's a guide wire. There we go. This is what you tape your cable to this and use this to kind of help guide the wire through this dash here. And so you have everything you need. If you don't have any instruments or any kit at all, everything is in here. You even have a pry tool that's also included. So you don't need anything. It's all self-serve, and so that's very good. Somewhere you have this tape in there too. So all you need is just time, patience, determination, and you got it. First things first, we're gonna take off this pry tool trim over here. and take off this. And to make that easier, I'm just gonna get rid of this floor mat. What you want to do first, just to make it again easier, is we're gonna take this weather strip here and I'm going to just pull it off like so, and then can take that from there and just kind of pull out. There we go. So that's all out from that space. There's a little piece here that you gotta I'm not using the tool that they have in there, but if you have, nothing wrong with it, definitely use it. With that, then you're gonna take this piece and then just kind of pull back a little bit. There's gonna be a power port here that we're gonna plug into, and then basically we're gonna daisy chain it. Once you have this opened up, get your kit here. I'll leave this for now. So this here, let's see. This says AMD power plug. One is wider than the other. The Highland one looks like it's a 8-pin. The other one is a 10-pin. So basically, look at what you have. This is AMD, and then you have the data. So right now the data is going to be empty. You're going to plug this in, and this will stay empty. That's if you need to plug in anything else again. So don't be worried about having that empty spot in there. Before I do that, go to your screen, go to your settings, go to safety, scroll all the way to the bottom, and power off your car, right? We're messing with data and power here, so we're gonna just power it off so you're not doing anything that can mess up anything. Again, in your case, doing it for the first time, that data port will be empty. And this is the power down here. That was just stuck in there. So from Tesla, this goes into this. So you're gonna unplug this, and then you're gonna take what you have now, the data, it's gonna go in the back there. That's keyed in. This is gonna stay open. And then on the power side, the 8-pin. So we'll take that, right? We're gonna plug that into that space. All right, it's keyed in. And then I'm gonna take the Tesla one that was there before. We'll plug that into that space. So that's how you daisy change it, right? Just like still connecting to that, but this is also tapping power now that's feeding this. So on that end, this is done. This piece here that says screen power plug, that's what we're going to be routing through here all the way to that side. But for now, we've finished all the power connections and we're good on that end. Okay, so now that we've done that connection, the next thing we're going to do now is try to take this off. When I did this the first time, I'm not going to lie, it was hard. These things are in there pretty good, but that's the beauty of this. You do it one time, you loosen up things, and now I can simply try to just pop it off. If you have not done this before, you want to use the pry tool and pry up the front, and then go to the back, and then do the same also too. There we go. There are some couple clips that are like really stubborn, and so, but again, just take your time. Don't try to pull up too much on one side. Try to make sure you get them loose along the way. Like I said, the beauty of this is once you've done it once, it kind of makes things loose. You have, there we go. There we go. All right, that's it. When you pull it out, do check to make sure nothing is broken. Dash is off. When I was doing the last one, some of this clips here were in the way, and the wire cable was catching on it. So what I did was I removed some already. It was just like this one here. And so as you go, if you find a clip is catching the wires is getting caught on one of the clips, I'll say just take out that clip and see if that helps. Again, I've got 1, 2, 3 that this is going to run along here. I've got them out and just over there to the side. We've already connected the cables, and so now we are going to take this wire with this clip. This wire with this end is what we need to run all the way there. Yeah. For that, we're going to grab this fishing line. So what we'll do is we'll just go from here and then fish our way back that way. And actually, my goal is to get to this middle space here. The way this is done, I don't think we have to run it all the way here. This thick cable that is. You don't want to make this thing too thick, especially this space, because if you make it too thick, then it becomes harder to fit it through here. So I'm going to take this paper piece, keep it wrapped around like that. I'm going to put this right there, and I'm going to try to keep this strip here to line up to the side of this. If I put it to, you can put it to the side here, but just whatever you do to not make, again, that place be too bulky, because remember, you're going to have to still use the tape. If you're going to go over this, the plug, try to go over it just one time, because if you do multiple times, again, you're going to make that terminal be thick, and it's going to be a challenge to walk the wire through. So I just did it one time so I can keep this secured, but now I've got the fishing guide, and so from there, what I want to do now is I'm going to pass it from under here. This is probably one of the hardest, most stressful part. This is the part that needs the most patience. Okay, so I got it here. And then see if it gets it there, just take it, and then from there, try to run it again through here. Don't try to fit it one time from that end. Okay. And this is exactly why you don't want it to be too thick. You can see right now, it's just, that head is just, it's through now, but we're just tucking the I'll keep this for now. What's going to happen is when I'm done, I'm just going to push it and shove it down that way. But now I've got my ends here. I'm going to go do the other side, the driver's side, to try to meet in here, make sure we're good. And if we're good, we'll connect and be good to go. So for this guy here, of course, you're going to have this pass and sit in that space. Like so, just line it up. There you go. 1 and 2 and 3. That will be in there, right? So we're just gonna pass those 3 cables in through here. We're only gonna be connecting. We're gonna be connecting the red and the black, but let's get our cables line in there and up. We align it. Seat it in, and then you want these two cables here. And so actually, let's just do that once and for all. I take the black. I can't really see inside, but I'm just gonna just align. There's an arrow here on the thing that kind of tells you how to align it. But if you're not, if you put it in there, just keep rolling until you get it to connect. I'm going to do the red also. There we go. And pushing all the way, and boom, that's it. Yellow, nothing. And so this piece is what I need to feed to the other side. So the next thing then is we gotta then do the guide to this other piece. So I'm gonna pass this other end through to this side, and I'm gonna pull back. So let's move this to the side. And then while we're in here, see how we can get it to come out over here. And just like that. We got really lucky where I was able to route it one time and connect. And so same thing, I'm gonna tape this other end of the guide wire to the connector. The good thing here is we're not going too far. So, and then also don't forget, you wanna get that paper taped over so it doesn't get ripped while you're pulling it through the space. Okay, let's see if I have enough to get it in. Again, I don't want to make it too thick. It's a very tight space here. And that's it. Now I've got it on this other side, and so we are done with the routing. If you want to do anything to make this prettier, nicer, you can. So I'm trying to get that to be as flush and flat as possible. Okay, I think that's it. So from there, let's do what's in the middle here and then finish connection, and we'll start putting the things back. Okay, so now unwind the tape. There we go. So that's one end. Take this other guy here on this side. And okay, so those two are now done. And once I plug that in, you should see the screen light up. Okay, so now let's connect. And boom. There we go. That's lit. So already you can see we're in business. It's reading data correctly as it should. That tells me my battery is at 59%. I look on here, that says 59. It shows that I have the two front doors open and the trunk. That says two front doors and the trunk. Granted, this is showing me a Model 3, but that is not a problem at all. You can see you can swipe down and get to do some things here. So before we come in and do all the settings, let's just finish packing up, putting things together, and then we'll come back, we'll go to the settings properly and do the proper review. I've got this wires here. It's two ways. I can pull this back out or just leave them tucked in the middle here, which I'll probably just do. Just leave them in that middle space. That's fine. And then for this guy here, I'm just going to tuck them under that trim like so. There we go. All right, so I've pushed them under. If you want, you can pull to reduce what you have in that middle space, because we can always tuck them on, in here. Also, if you have it loose, you don't want things rattling and just making noise, but I think I'm good over there. All right, so that's that. I'm gonna put my clips back. This one for sure will be in your way. All right, and so with the clips back, we can put the trim Just align things. Have things aligned. And once you have them aligned, it's not hard. As always, just knock it back in. And it's a very nice flush over the driver screen. Okay, so since that's done, then let's clean up this part here too, and then we'll get into the actual review. I'm going to take everything, fold it up, and see how we can tuck them away nice around here. I'm just gonna have it be somewhere around here like so. So ideally what I want then is actually want to tie it to that. What you want to make sure for sure is you don't have anything where clips and stuff will go. And so with that, this guy can come back and I'll just scratch that trim, taking this off. So I'm gonna be real careful putting it back. There we go, and that's it. Put that back in, key it in. Again, that's fine over there. Everything is tucked away. This you want to align. Knock it back in, and then you take your weather strip and all right, so let's talk about this screen now. So first things first, from where I'm sitting, this is my perspective from what it will look like for me. Like I mentioned, it's a pretty wide screen, so you're gonna have the steering still cut off stuff. This is the view that you have, right? Starting up. And so if you swipe down from the top to bottom, then you see this view here. You can tap that to turn the screen off, tap it, it comes back on again. You have CarPlay, time, SWC. I'm going to look in the manual to see what that means. Bluetooth. This is brightness over here. Right now it's manual, or you can choose that, have it be auto. So if it's on auto, as I'm adjusting the screen brightness over here, it's also adjusting the screen brightness over there. So that's beautiful. That follows that. You have the volume here too. You have the option to also open car doors. So this will open the passenger door. This will open, yep, and I can see on the screen, it opened up that door. This will open the rear passenger door. This will move your passenger seat forward and backward. You won't be able to do driver's seat. So that's going to be passenger seat. And then if I go here to settings, here we have more options. Turning on Bluetooth connection, turning on Wi-Fi. It's got some high car, which is more like a Huawei. I guess more of a Chinese AI type thing, I believe is what it is. So if you want to have this connect to your Bluetooth, you're going to need to have that on for your CarPlay anyway. That's why you do that. Wi-Fi, hopefully that's useful for like things like doing updates. Let's go to general. General, you've got things, temperature, Celsius or Fahrenheit. It's in Fahrenheit already. Hour system, I prefer 12 hours. I'm gonna do that. Time zone, it already has me in Eastern, which is perfect. Speed limit sign. So speed limit, America, general. Here we go. Audio output, loudspeaker, or Bluetooth. I'll pick it up loudspeaker. Atmos, this is your tire pressure, bar PSI, I prefer PSI. Language, you got English, Chinese, and a bunch of other, it's got a lot of languages, but I'm gonna keep it out of English. And then model, this is where you get to choose your model of the car. Model 3 Highland, Model 3 Cybertruck, Model Y Juniper. I have Model Y Juniper, so I'm gonna choose that. Your car color, red, white, red, black, blue, or gray. I don't see silver here, but I will go with gray. Drive mode, left or right. So I'm in the United States, we're on the left side. If you're in UK, you can choose the right side. And then display, you have 3 options for the UI, UI1, UI2, UI3. Display, light, dark, and auto. I'm gonna make it be auto. Rainbow Road, I'm not a fan of Rainbow Road, but that's, if you like that, keep it on. I turn it off. Front camera, I don't have the front camera installed again. This is Juniper. This will not work. It will not read your default car front camera. Unfortunately, it only reads the front camera from the one you connect. So I'm going to leave that as off. And then let's go to software. And so software, I got versions and everything. Bluetooth status authorized, check updates. I'm also going to probably try, let me go and connect to Wi-Fi and see if that does anything. So I did Wi-Fi. So unfortunately, I found a bug in here. The keyboard does not have a pound sign. So I have a pound in my Wi-Fi password. And if you look at this keyboard over here, I look through all the symbols, there's no pound. The shift only changes the letters from uppercase to lowercase. It does not change the symbols. And so that's unfortunately something that I cannot then, I can't use a Wi-Fi because I gotta use a pound in there. So if you don't have a pound in your password or anything you do, then you might be good. So I was able to connect to my mobile hotspot. I don't have a special character in that one. So now I want to go to software. Now I see, now that I'm connected, I do see MCU, OTA, and OTA MCU. So go back home, there we go. I did not set the time, but it picked up the time automatically. The time right now is 3:34, and that shows 3:34, and I did not set that. Temperature, so all of this is reading from the car, which is great. I like that it shows you your battery and the mileage at the same time. Let's look on this side here. You've got your drive mode, park, drive, reverse, neutral. You can't change gear from here. You've got your tire pressure. It's not reading it because I'm not moving. But on this right side, you can swipe and change to different things. So I can swipe here, and now I've got efficiency. I've got the energy consumption since startup. I'm gonna guess that is set. Let's see what this is. So this just takes you back to settings. So this is settings. I've got CarPlay. I got the prompt, tap to connect to CarPlay. I'm gonna hit connect, and boom. Now we have CarPlay. I've got Android Auto, Miracast. This enables you to like screencast your phone. AirPlay, same thing. And so you have all those options. Let's see. On the right here, you don't have the choice to do anything. On the main screen either, nothing to do. But I'm going to close the doors and then see if we can go do a drive and see what how this looks. So driving wise, honestly, very, very useful, very practical. That little right side of the screen that I showed earlier on, if you look at the screen, you see it changing. I'm using the right scroll wheel on the steering to change that. So you scroll up or you scroll down, and that will change what you want to see on that right side, or what you want to see on the screen. Actually, this has Apple CarPlay. You can saw I set that up earlier on, and I showed what that looks like. Again, if the right scroll wheel will not work when you're in full self driving. So if you're not in full self driving, it will work. You can also see I've got the blind spot warning. That's the orange glow. So when the car comes into a blind spot, it will glow orange. If you turn your sun signal on when it's a kind of blind spot, it will show red. You can see the red car also show up in the middle of the screen. So very nice visual cues for the warning and the alerts when it comes to blind spot. A very nice layout with the landscape view. You also get things like different views. So that was one view here. This view here is one that kind of shows you the energy dial, energy as like a dial. So again, just a different kind of a visual cue if you prefer this view. You also will get FSD nags on this screen, like you just see here. So if you have FSD nag, it will also show you on the screen. And here again is another view that you can use if you prefer this view here that kind of has your car in the middle of the lane. It doesn't quite match the road itself, but again, just kind of show you have different options of the views you want. And again, the beautiful thing with this again is you have the air vent control in the middle, so you don't lose any AC blowing to you. So this is from TesStudios. Again, I'm going to have the links and discount codes in the description. Definitely check it out. If you like this, go for it. Installation is not that crazy. Check them out for sure. And if this video has been helpful for you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for being here as always. I will see you next time.